Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're continuing on with our menu decoration little series we've got going on here, and today we're going to show you how to add this sort of border box to your menu items up here. And it's also working on the active item. If I change the page, you'll see that it also works on the active item as well. And when we hover over our menu items, has still got that effect. Really easy to do. We've got to write a little bit of custom CSS for this today, but don't let that put you off. Any CSS I write today I'll put below the video, and you're welcome to manipulate it and use it how you wish. So let's get started. I'm going to take my code away that I've written here. And we'll start from scratch. So when I refresh, this should go back to the default state. There we go. I'm using the Chrome Inspector today to do this. I'm using Google Chrome. Most browsers have the inspector, but if you want to use Chrome, it's a free download. And I'm going to inspect one of my links here by right-clicking and hitting Inspect. This brings up my inspector panel down here, and if I look at the top menu here, you can see it's highlighted in blue. It stretches from the actual links to the bottom of the header. I want to shorten that, so I'm going to give it a fixed height. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to give it, say, 30 pixels. That seems to work. Obviously you give it whatever you want to give it. And if I hover over it again, you can see it's shrunk to 30 pixels, which is just about right for me there. But it's got that line on the bottom that we do not want there, so I need to push that one out of the way. So I'll give it a bit of a margin on the bottom. And I'll try 25 pixels. It may not be enough, may be okay. Yeah, it's disappeared there. And if you need to adjust it, you can click on the actual number itself till it highlights and roll your mouse wheel. Take it down. You see it shrinking, it's coming back up there. Roll it the other way, it'll take it down. So there's no gap at the bottom. Perfect. So 24 works. So we need to make this permanent, because when I refresh now, this will go back to as it was. So we're working on the top menu. It's an ID. So if I double click on there, I can copy that, Control C. Then we need to put it in our custom CSS box, and that is at Dashboard, Divi, Theme Options. We're under the General tab. You can also get it to with your theme customizer, which is right there, and also in Appearance and Customize. They both have the same box on the bottom, but I'm going to use this for ours. Now, it was an ID. All IDs have to have a hashtag in front of them. Then the ID name. Then I want to open and close some curly brackets and paste in the code that we just wrote from here. Now, I know from previous videos, if you've watched this before, I've got to actually force the height because we're overriding a style. So I have to put important behind it. To override the styles there. Don't like to use that important, but in this case I have to use it. So let's save that. Go back to the site. Now when I hover over this after I've refreshed, it should say stay exactly the same. There we go. As you can see, it stayed the correct height. Okay, now we need to affect one of the anchor tags within it, which is if we click on the list item class, or you can just, again, just right inspect one of the links itself. Here it is. Here's the anchor tag within the list item class. And the class is menu item, and these are extra classes here. We just need the menu item and then A. So let's put that in our CSS code, because that's what we're going to affect next with a bit of a border. So I'm going to double click, just select that, or you can type it in however you like to do it. Now this is a class because it said class. All classes have to have a dot or a period in front of them, then the class name. And we want to affect the actual anchor tag within the menu item there. So let's open and close some curly brackets, give us some space, and do what we need to do to make this work now. Okay, so let's select the A tag, which is what we want to affect here. And I'm going to give it padding of 5 pixels all around. If I just put the one attribute in, 5 pixels, it'll do all 4 sides, top, right, bottom and left. But I'm overriding the main styles again, so I'm going to have to force it with the important once more. Semicolon. And now I want to give it a border all around, so I'm going to say border, colon, what type, solid. How big do we want it? 2 pixels. And I'll give it just a blue color for a moment. We'll get a correct color in a second. As you can see, that's put a little 2-pix border around it, which is blue. I'll just copy this and put it in our code, and then I'm going to get the correct color that I want. So paste it in between our curly brackets there, and I want it to be the same color as my logo. I've got a little color picker here on my Chrome extensions, free little color picker. So I'm just going to go onto that blue, I'm going to copy that hex code. Let's change my color from blue, and as it's a hex code, it's got to have a hashtag in front. There we go. And again, we're overriding a style, so I need to force that. Okay. Well, that's great. Let's save our changes, but if we look at it now when I refresh, all of them are going to have that on there. And that's not exactly what we want. We just want to see it on the one when we're hovering over it on the active one. So let's fix that. Okay, I'm going to copy all of this from the class name to the closing curly brackets. Control C to copy. I'm going to paste it there. Then after the A with no space, I'm going to put a colon and the word hover, again with no space. If you put any spaces in between those, that won't work. So it's A, no space, colon, colon, no space, hover. That way it's going to tell it when it hovers to do this. Now I don't need the padding in there because that's not changed. We only need something that's going to change. But I'm going to change the color from regular here to transparent. That way we're taking up the 2 pixels all around real estate, but you won't be able to see anything. Then we hover over it, the color will come in. If we don't do that, it'll make the menu jump a bit because we're adding an extra 4 pix, top and bottom, right and left, if that makes sense. So let's save that now, and if we go back, these should disappear and should only appear when we hover over them. So let's refresh that. There we go. Now let's hover over. Fantastic. Great, so that's doing what we want there. It would be nice if it also changed the color of the text when we hover on it, so we can add that. And we want our active one to be like that also. So let's just go back in there, and on the hover we'll give it that color. And we're already affecting that anchor tag, so we just need to say color. And again, we're going to be overriding, so I'm going to steal this line above, that color, and the important, and the colon, semicolon. There we go, that should fix that. Now we want our active item, so I'm going to right click on the active item, or current item, I think you'll find it is. Current menu item. So I'm going to double click on there. I'm going to copy that class, Again, these are all multiple classes, but that's the only one I want right now, so I want to make sure I copy that one. And we'll put this below. Now it's a class, so it must have a period or a dot in front of it. There we go. So it's a current menu item, and we want to affect the anchor tag in there again. And let's just steal a few of these things here. I want it to have the border and the color. So let's copy that from above. Control C, Control V to paste. Just tidy that up. Let's save our changes and see what we've got. And refresh. There we go. Our active page has now got the border around it, and our hover effects working here. So there we have it, guys. I'll put this CSS down below. You're welcome to use it and manipulate it however you wish. Looks to me like the menu's dropped down slightly there. We can take that back up with our top menu here by giving it a negative margin on the top. Let's give it a margin top. Say minus 5 pixels. We'll try that. That may be too much. It should pull it up by about 5 pixels. There we go. Let's just check that. And if we need to adjust it, you can select the minus 5 pixels and roll it down or up where you are. 6, 7. I think that probably looks right. Minus 7 pixels. So we'll just do that and we're done. Save the changes. And get rid of our inspector here. So there you have it, guys. There's how to add a border box effect to your margin. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.